What I'm going to show you here is what I call a vertical pocket set. Get my head out of there. Now, I might, if this is soft enough, I'll show you what a elbow pocket set is too. And this goes back to what I mentioned earlier about that mink that come up through the ice. When I was a kid, a ditch I was trapping, it was mostly froze over, and I was walking on the ice one day, coming across this hole in the ice. Something been coming in and out of there. It was just 3 or 4 inches diameter, and I found some mink tracks. So I took some cattail heads and I laid them around the perimeter of that hole, because I knew if I set a conibear on top of the ice, it'd freeze to it. Laid a conibear on top of the cattail heads and just kind of roughed it in with some cattail brush and stuff, and wired it off to a big wad of cattails. 2 days later, a mink got caught in that. So I'm thinking, okay, this has got this rattling around in my head, an idea. Then I found some muskrat holes, dens, up 2 or 3 feet, like right here, up on the bank, where either the bank had caved in into the rat den, or something had dug in. And I found this one that had fresh mink droppings and blood there. Well, he went in there, got him a rat, sat outside there and ate it, what it looked like. So I kind of did the same thing with that one on the ice. I set one over top of that hole there, caught a mink there. I found a few others like that. So I'm thinking, okay, why can't I dig my own hole? So along the bank, kind of like this right here, where it was flat. This is a little steeper than what I'd like, but it was featureless. There wasn't really a place where I could make a set like that. The bank wasn't good for blind sets or pocket sets. Oh, okay, they got to be running this bank. So what I ended up doing was I dig a 4-inch hole about, straight down, and dig far enough that you're into the water level. You want that bottom of that hole to fill up with water. And then I played around with this for a while, and what I come up with was I try to keep them within 2 feet of the water, of whatever watershed, and I run them out there in the water. I want them to fall off the bank out in the water. But dig a trench for the spring to lay in. I put them with the dog down, because I theorize if I put them with the dog up, something sooner or later walk across that bank might hit the dog spring trap. So if you have to, dig that bank out a little bit. You kind of want to leave corners for the trap to sit on. All right, now I found out the hard way, you don't want to sit on dirt. It froze to it. So I put a little twig in each corner for that trap to rest on, so it's not right on dirt. I didn't get that quite deep enough, but notch for the spring to lay in, run your chain or your wire out there in the water, and then just lightly, whatever you got for cover, you know, just break that up.
Put any bait or lure in that hole?
You can if you want to catch every bank running coon, skunk, and possum. But I leave them unbaited, unlured. I theorize, again, we got to think what a mink's thinking. He's up here running the bank, he comes across that, he looks down in that hole, he sees water. Oh, it's a muskrat den. I also started, if I'm close enough to the water, to the bank, I'll run a stake from the bank edge up inside that hole and woggle it out good to get air current flowing through there. So he's coming up here, he's looking down in there, he feels that air current coming up out of there, hey, that goes somewhere. If you bait and lure them, you'll get every bank around coon, possum, and skunk. But I don't put any bait, any lure. And it's just kind of a sleeper set that, you know, like I said, you know, I come along a place where there's nothing really out here and there's no anything natural like there was there, I'll put that in. If it's good soft dirt, it's easily dug pretty quick and put in. But if you want to catch mink, don't bait and lure. But I try not to make them any farther than 2 feet away from the water's edge, closer if at all possible, because I want him to flop right off that bank in the water.
Well, that's the first place they'll go if they got a trap around their neck.
Yeah.
They'll go in the water.
Yeah.
Anything caught near water will go to water.
Yep.
Bad guys up here.
Yeah.
I mean, as soon as they get on dry land, something hits them there.
Now, the other thing I wanted to try to show, you two probably haven't heard of it, an elbow pocket set. You ever heard of that?
Nope.
Okay. Well, we talked about digging the pocket hole into the bank. Well, with the elbow set, you're connecting the hole dug down this way to your pocket dug into the bank. And then the way I set them, and this is going to be, I don't know if I can dig that. Yeah, I can show you. I drive your hole down this way to connect with your pocket hole. Make sure that's all cleaned out. And then both sides of that hole, you want to dig a trench. What's that? Is it say somebody?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't worry about it.
Now.
You want to dig a trench, connecting your sunk hole off of either side. And I'll dig one on each side. You dig that deep enough, you're going to put a body gripping trap in that trench. So you got to have it deep enough. Usually I go 18 inches either side of that hole. Oh man, this stuff's tough.
Nice little show.
I made that. Heated it up with a torch and put it on a piece of 4-inch steel pipe, then bent it around it. It was flat. Dig that deep enough that you put your body gripper, here's your hole, you want your body gripper clear down inside that cut, because you're going to cover this once you're done. Sticks, weeds, rocks, whatever. You're going to make a top for it, leaving an opening on each end 4 inches or so in diameter. So those bank runners, again, like my hole set there earlier, you got bank runners, bust, you got your water comes up, you know, it may put that pocket set out of commission, you still got to set up here. And I've caught mink before that obviously came through that pocket hole, even though the water was up, all the way up through that hole and got caught coming out here, because they were caught coming out, not going in. But you'll get your bank runners going in too. But I use the same 110s. I know guys that make these, they use the double spring ones, which in this situation would work all right. But it's just another set to throw at them.
But if it's by the water, you got the water there to get them in there in the ground.
Yeah. And just like the pocket set, chain them or wire them out to the water. You want them try to get off that bank.
You leave that one unbaited too.
Yeah. Because again, you got bank running coons. You know, if you bait or lure that, they're going to try to get in that end of that trench, or they're going to try to tear that top of that trench off. So it's just left blind, no bait or lure. You're going on the mink's instincts.
I'll give you a quick tip too on the mink that I've come up with for myself, and I know there's a lot of people that question it, but it makes sense to me. And once I started doing this, my catch went up at least 40%. And that is, I don't mess around with bridges and culvers. You see a lot of people do these top edge, bottom edge sets and corner sets, suicide sets. And when you see a dead mink on the road, it's usually right on top of a bridge or a culvert. My opinion, that mink got halfway through, met up with a coon. Oh crap, I gotta get out of here. Turned around and went back the other way, and another coon had come in. So he had a bad experience in there. You know, if you went to a bar and got your butt kicked, you ain't going back there. So there you're gonna leave and go up and over. I don't know how far back, but from at least from here to this tree, I'll get back if I can. I prefer probably from here to the other side of the drive. Somewhere in that distance, 40% of your mink are going up and over. So if all your setting is underneath the bridge, you just missed 40%.
Yeah.
I've seen trails.
Yeah, yeah. But you don't know which trail. I mean, I've seen mink go up a bank that was nothing but grass, and there's a trail here and a trail here, and he went right up the middle of it. And I'm like, where would I sit? I mean, so I like to back off, and even if there are up on the bank here, I know I can lure them back into the water. That's just, I guess I've gotten pretty stubborn. Maybe I need to branch out a little more. I run 100% pocket sets. That's it, nothing else. I don't. Like I said,
Anymore, I don't make any more. I just set them all blind.
Well, when I backed off from the bridges, my catch went up.
Yeah.
So, and I mean, just pay attention. They got dead animals on the road. Why are they up there? Why ain't they get down here under the bridge?
They don't always go under the bridge.
Nope.
And I'm not into messing around trying to find every trail. I know dang well if I set 5 trails, I'm going to run the 6th one I didn't see. Mark, I'm going to give you this for you.
Oh, thank you. What time is it? There we go. Have you heard of bottom edge sets? You heard about them? You understand how they work?
I think so.
You think so? There's a good spot. Most people don't set them. I really like, we'll come down here, I'll show you.